We're going to start with it. I can't think of the word. Order. We're calling it to order. There we go. See, Mercedes, that's why I pay you big money. All right. First on the agenda. Well, first off, how's everybody doing today? Does anybody have anything they'd like to share with the general public before we get rolling? Any big news? Nothing? Man, just lively crowd today. All right. Well, let's get rolling. Is Senator Halpern here? She is not. She came last week. I'm going to go a little out of order here on the agenda. But the rules y'all voted on allow me to do that. So we're going to do Senate Resolution 352. And this was just simply, she was supposed to be here. She was here last Thursday, and I just didn't pay attention and missed it. So this is just commending Atlanta Public Schools on 150 years in service. And that's it. It does not, there's no dates on there, so we're okay. So there's no changes that need to be made. Does anybody have any questions about the underlying resolution? Okay. Senator Rhett, what's your number there?
Make a motion
All right, sure.
to move forward.
State your motion.
Make a motion that 352 move forward.
All right, I've got a motion that Senate Resolution 352 LC 1270296.
Oh, here she is.
Senator Halpern, is there anything you'd like to add? I've already covered it for you.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to?
Nothing else to add?
You want a grandstand or anything?
I don't. I'll just say 150 years is a very long time, and it's worth commending our Atlanta public school system for all they do for our students here. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's even 151 now. All right. I got a motion of due pass. I've got a second from Senator Jones. Of the second, Senator Jones. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes unanimous. Okay, we're going to jump back up to Senate Resolution 203. Senator Emmanuel Jones of Henry County. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. This is the Senate Study Committee on Firearm Storage. First, let me say this is not a gun bill. It's simply information that's been obtained across various sources, one being the American Academy of Pediatrics on the number of kids that are, and I would move the data that's on here that I be allowed to update it. Whereas on line 4, it says 5.4 million American children. The latest data from the American Academy of Pediatrics is really 4.6 million. And down on line 8, school shootings incidents up to 80%. It is much closer to 74% according to the data that I have, Mr. Chairman and members of this committee. And also over on the very last page, I would move that the date on here, the abolishment date, be changed to December 1, 2024. Any questions?
That's my job. Don't take it
If
from
there are
me.
any
That's all I
questions, Mr.
got.
Chairman, I'd be more than glad to
That's
answer.
all I got, man. Come on. Is there any questions from the committee? All right, no questions from the committee.
Thank you, Mr.
You
Chairman
covered
and
it
members
so
of the
well.
committee.
Senator Rhett.
Make a motion due pass.
Okay, I've got a motion of due pass,
As
Senate
amended.
Resolution 203.
As amended, I'm sorry, sir.
Well, we'll take the motion first. I would need a second. All right, Senator Jones is going to second that. Now we would need a motion to amend line 68, removing the number 3 and replacing it with the number 4. to make it December, abolishing the committee on December 1st, 2024.
I'll make a motion.
I got a motion from Senator Ratt for that amendment, a second from Senator Jones, and sure.
Before you call the vote.
Well, it's discussion. This is,
I was a
about
little
to call
late. I was a
discussion.
little late to the meeting, but I apologize for missing that first discussion. But I didn't fully understand the purpose of this study committee. If I'm looking at lines 14 through 19, it looks like that's the meat of the study committee, but I'm not sure if that's something that we're going to spend thousands of hours on and thousands of dollars of taxpayers' dollars. I don't know if it warrants it or not. I'm just wondering if the sponsor of the bill could elaborate more on what the purpose of the study committee was. I'm not real clear.
Sir, I'll allow, if you'd like to further elaborate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for that question. Georgia laws as it relates to safe storage, and this is safe storage in regards to protecting our children, particularly small kids that are in the household where firearms are present, and it's simply to see whether or not there's any changes that's needed to current state law. That's all this study committee does.
So can I ask you a question on line 14, the current pediatric screening protocols? Can you explain what that could be?
Absolutely. Again, this is a protocol from the American Academy of Pediatrics. They have a very extensive program, and there is a handout that I can share with you that highlights their website as well. The pediatricians, in their conversation with parents, and of course, they're the frontline folks who see these kind of incidents and accidents, and of course, the injuries that are suffered by children that have firearms in their home that have been stored improperly. So they have taken upon themselves as part of their directive to have this conversation with parents. So they are really on the front line of leading this charge as it relates to safe storage of firearms in households, particularly where there are small children present.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, hang on, Senator Jones. I got a question here from my vice chairman, Senator Ginn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Look, I was a competitive shooter in high school and college and very familiar with what I considered safe storage and carrying for firearms. One of the things that for me, I'd love to serve on your committee if it does happen, but what do you really consider safe storage of a firearm? I mean, you know, give me, what is it that you're looking for?
First of all, I am, ex-military, and I've been trained in the safety and, of course, the care of firearms. The only thing that I'm looking for is to support the work that's done by pediatricians to expand on that body of work to see if there's anything the state of Georgia can do to certainly enhance the work that they're already doing, to see if there's a possibility of any laws that need to be changed or tweaked, to see if there's a way that we can reduce those number of injuries that's suffered by our children.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to table this.
All right, motion to table takes precedence. I got a motion to table from Senator Gooch, second from Senator Dolezal. All in favor, raise your hand. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 12. I got 13. All opposed, raise. 4. All right, 203 is tabled. Yes, Senator Walker.
Could I make a comment about that? I think we all are in favor of safe storage of firearms, and I think we all know what that's about and what that means. I mean, trigger locks and putting your gun in a safe, et cetera. I do want to make a point that Senator Kirkpatrick has introduced a bill to promote the use of firearm safety as far as, a sales tax break on trigger locks and gun safes and that kind of thing. So I don't want the general public to think that we are not in favor of safe handling of firearms, especially when there are children in the home. But I think it doesn't merit a study committee to know what you need to do to safely store your firearm. NRA promotes it. There are a lot of organizations that promote education and that kind of thing. So thank you for the point of personal privilege.
Well, hopefully the 12 people watching at home won't think that, so. Okay. And thank you for your comments. All right, moving on. We've got, we're actually going to hold SR 433 per the author's request. And now I've got SR 443, Senator Kennedy. This is the appointment of Rick Jeffries to the State Election Board. You can do that from your seat.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, committee members. As our chair just said, this is about the appointment of the State Election Board. The Senate elects by majority vote, and we have this, by this resolution, we're proposing our former colleague that many of us served with, Senator Rick Jeffries from Locust Grove. He's a successful businessman. He's got a long record of public service and community involvement. He's been a city manager. He's been a city commissioner or a county commissioner before he served in the Senate. And this simply would appoint Rick Jeffries to be appointed as a member of the State Election Board.
Make a motion. Second.
Well, before we get into all that, I'm going to add that if his resume wasn't enough to get him on this board, his desk is in the rules, is in my office. That beautiful desk that makes me look important, which we all know I'm not. So, all right, I got a motion.
A second.
Who was the motion? Senator Anderson. Motion for Senator Anderson. I got a second from Senator again. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimous.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the committee for that vote.
Good job, good job. All right. Well, we are going to call standing rules adjourned. And we're done. That's it. Thank y'all.